Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about 8 surprising things your VA can do for you. Now, this is because I get asked all the time, what can a VA do for me? What kind of things can a virtual assistant do to help me in my business? And people expect me to give them a list. However, the challenge I have is that the list is pretty much inexhaustible. Anything that you can do from a computer to help run a business can be done by a virtual assistant, pretty much. I mean, there's very, very few things that I wouldn't outsource to the right VA. If I had the need to outsource it and found the right person to do it, it would make sense to have somebody else do it to free me up. So that's really the thing that I look for, is what are the things that somebody in their business needs to free themselves up to be able to do what they do best, to be able to get away from the routine, the mundane, the repetitive, the things that make you just not happy about having to do them, but the things that have to get done in your business. So that's why I don't have a set list. I can give examples, and I'll give you some bullet points here and there talking about you can do this or this or this, but I don't have, for example, a list of services offered on my website or on our Facebook page. I don't often list multiple things that a VA can do without saying what I just told you, that VAs can do pretty much anything. It's more what you need them to do and finding the right person to do it. So here's 8 things that are surprising things potentially that most people don't think of when they outsource a VA, or if they do think of them, they're not thinking about them at the level of depth that a VA can do them. This is based on, of course, my experience. I've been using VAs for 10 years in my own business, helping me grow and launch a couple different businesses, actually. I also have helped dozens of clients. And now that I'm doing Sonic VA as my primary business, I'm moving forward. It's all being done by virtual staff, right? We don't have an office, and none of us, actually, I haven't even met some people I work with. Most of them I have because they've been with me for a while, but there are some cases where both the client and the VA and me, the 3 of us, have never met, but we work well together. So that's the beauty of virtual staffing. And this is something that I really, really love because I love technology. I love the fact that we live in an age where you can do anything from anywhere on the planet. As long as you have internet connectivity and a skill that somebody else needs, you can find work. And as long as your business is able to have some things done online, you can find people to employ to do it. So this is something I've been doing for a long time. When I was working for Wells Fargo back in the day, in my time previous to being an entrepreneur, where I was an analyst and doing a lot of data stuff, I worked remotely a lot. Like with Wells Fargo, I would travel quite a bit on business purposes and have to work on the road. I can work from home on a regular basis as well, even back in the early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s, because the technology was there and the company embraced it. And so I've really developed a comfort with working from home. And I know what to look for as far as talent for people that can work from home successfully. And I know what kind of businesses can be run from home. So this is how I put it all together. I bring in all that experience and all that knowledge to be able to look and see what VAs do and what they can do for you. So, the motto of my company is focus on what you do best, hire for all the rest. And that really is the idea behind virtual staffing, virtual assistants, right? You need to focus on what you do best so you can be more consistent, you can deliver more clarity of what you do, and you can develop more certainty so that your clients get exactly what they're expecting and you're able to deliver on time and exactly what they requested. These kind of things are important for a business to grow, to scale, to be successful. And you need to be able to figure out what are the things that you have to do yourself and what are the things you can peel away. So, for example, I mentioned I don't do a lot of lists that are exclusive, and this is by far a list with only a dozen things on it that's not exclusive at all. I mean, there are things that are not here that we can talk about in a few minutes, but just at a high level, just so you have an idea, some of the things my team does for my clients, and it's different for everyone. Every VA and every client has a different relationship. They do some things that are very similar, but no one's exactly the same. So some of them have us manage their LinkedIn account. Some of us do media booking. Some of us do book promotion. Some of our VAs are working on YouTube videos for clients, and it goes on and on, right? Basically what I said, anything that you can do from a computer, you can have done by a VA. And so the key is to figure out what are the things that you need to do in your business that will build more consistency, that will allow you to have more clarity and will develop more certainty. That's what we want to focus on. So for those of you that are following along, take a minute to do this exercise. Pretty simple exercise. I do it quite often, but I wanted to work it into this video specifically. Basically, on a piece of paper, write 3 columns, right? Column 1, you want to make a list of all the things that you wish you could do for your business. If you had unlimited time and unlimited resources, what would you do for your business? How would you take what you do to the masses, to be able to grow it, to be able to impact more people, to be able to make more money, to have more influence, to have a better life? What are the things that need to happen? Now that's your dream list, right? These are the things that you wish you could do, or you plan on doing, or you want to do. That's column on the right. Now column in the middle, I want you to actually think about what you're actually doing. So think about what it is that you do every day in your business. Think about the things that you're doing right now that require you to use your time and energy. This is going to be a lot of things that have to happen for the business that you may not enjoy doing. This is where those repetitive, routine, mundane things happen that we all have to do to maintain our business. For me, it's things like bookkeeping. It's things like graphic design. I'm not a good artist. Even though I love playing with numbers, I don't like the repetitiveness of doing the books myself. So I have a finance manager who's a VA, and I have a graphic design team who are VAs, right? So I outsource things that I don't actually like to do, which is the column you'll put on the far right, what your VA will do for you, right? So the idea, of course, is to take things that you're doing now, things that you don't have to do or you don't want to be the one doing, move those to somebody else to now take things from the far left, what you want to do, and move them into the middle, right? So what you want to do becomes what you are doing. This is the key to virtual staffing. Now, real quick, I'm just going to zip through these. Each one could be its own talk, but for the sake of not, going on for an hour, I'm going to just kind of at a high level describe to you 8 surprising things that your VA can do for you. Again, it's not totally exhaustive at all. This is just examples. And I'll try to give you a couple examples, practical examples of how we've done this for our clients. The first is manage your life story, right? So your business is based on your life, on your narrative, on your gifts, your passions, the things you want to do to be able to make a difference, to be able to make a living, to be able to provide, to be able to influence. Whatever motivates you, that becomes your story. And managing that story is very personal for us. But to grow your business and let your business be able to influence people, especially if you're somebody who's a coach or an author or a speaker, somebody who's trying to do training, you're trying to take what you have up here and share it with a larger audience, you have to have help managing your story. I'll give you an example of how we do that. My YouTube channel is completely done by somebody besides me, right? All I do is record the videos like this one right now. The PowerPoint slides that you see as graphics, the intro and outro music, all the animations that pop up, the fact that it's posted on YouTube and shared across social media, I don't do any of that. All I do is record the video, right? I free myself up to focus on what I do best, being the face of the business, talking about virtual staffing, trying to be able to show what we can do to potential clients and to attract new VAs to come work for me. That's where I put my energy, right? So, but I need to manage my life story. I need to tell you why I think virtual staffing is great. I need to weave my own experiences, the experiences of my clients to help show what we're going to do. That's what a VA helps you do, right? They help you take what you can talk about, what you can share, what you can do, and expand it to the point where you have somebody else helping you manage your life story. That's number 1. Number 2 is enable your creativity. If you're like me, you're just not very creative. But then maybe you are very creative. Maybe you are artistic. Maybe you can make some cool graphic designs. Maybe you're really gifted at doing visualizations and taking things and making influential visuals and making great videos and doing a lot of things that take a lot of artistic talent and time to do. But you don't have to do them yourself, right? So for example, I enable my creativity by working with my team to do the graphic designs, right? So I don't have to do it myself. I don't do any of these visuals you've been looking at while you're watching this video. It's all done by somebody else, right? Somebody using Canva, or we also use Stencil or PicMonkey. We can basically learn any tool. We have a bunch of Adobe apps as well. So whatever you need in your business to be able to unlock and enable your creativity, we can help you with, right? I'm creative in thinking of ideas. I'm not creative when it comes to actually taking those ideas and making visuals out of them. So that's how my team enables my creativity, by taking what's up here and doing something artistic with it. The next thing I'll talk about is manage your social media consistently. This is key. It's easy to have a VA manage your social media, and for a lot of us, it's pretty underwhelming. when you just hire a VA to share things on Facebook groups, and all they do is share things on Facebook groups. Maybe they write a little bit of copy, maybe they do some hashtags, maybe they try to do some basic engagement. But if they're not out there pushing it on a regular basis, if it's not consistent, people will lose interest, right? You need to make sure that you build up in your audience's mind when your content will be delivered and they know where to go get it when they want it. Right? It's a consumer market. So people will consume your content when they want to, when they have time to. But they should always in the back of their mind know when it's going to be there. And it's going to be fresh and going to be new and going to be relevant. You do that by having a consistent social media strategy. A VA can help you do that, right? Bring some consistency. Manage a calendar. Make sure every Tuesday you're doing a tech talk. Every Thursday you're doing some kind of throwback post. Every Friday you're doing a funny meme. Every Monday you're doing some kind of announcement about upcoming events or upcoming activities you're involved in. Build a calendar. Be consistent. A VA can help you do that because if you're like me, your life is very inconsistent. Every day is a little bit different. There are very few days where I do the same thing I did yesterday. In fact, I probably never do that. That's how most entrepreneurs, how small business owners, people like us function. So we need to be able to be more consistent in our social media, and we can't do that ourselves. So number 4, competitor analysis. This is crucial, right? You have to know what your competitors are doing. I tell this story all the time about how when I first set up one of my first businesses, when I first set it up, I was like thinking I was the only game in town. Right? I was going to do analytics training, data analysis training, talking about IT and technology. And I was going to be the only one doing it in the city that I was in at the time. And after a few months, I stumbled across on social media somebody doing the same thing. And so I became somewhat obsessed with figuring out, okay, what are they doing? How are they doing it? What's their branding? What kind of services are they offering? What is the experience like for their clients? How do I take what they're doing and take the best, replicate it, use it, be influenced by it, and make sure I don't make the same mistakes they do? You have to have somebody looking at your competition to understand what's happening outside your bubble, right? So especially if you're in an environment where there are a lot of competitors, you want to stay up on things. I mean, you got to think about this. If you look at big companies, corporations, multinationals, they spend a lot of money on competitor analysis. Believe me, when I was at Wells Fargo, one of my primary job functions was knowing what B of A was doing so we could make sure that when we're launching a new checking product or doing something new with a credit card, that we weren't the last one to the game. We were leading. We were on the cutting edge by staying on top of what other competitors were doing. Same thing with, you think about McDonald's. If McDonald's launches a new chicken sandwich, you're going to believe within a couple of weeks, Burger King's going to launch something very similar, right? You have to be able to stay up in competition. Not just to straight copy, but to make sure that you're on the cutting edge. A VA can help you do your competitor analysis. Number 5, handle most of your customer engagement. You have to handle all of it, but you can't handle it yourself. When somebody likes something on social media, when someone shares something or drops a comment or sends an email or reaches out to you through a chat service, and you don't reply right away, there's a good chance they're going to go somewhere else, right? They're going to look at the fact, oh, they didn't reply. They must not care. This is an urgent need I have. I got to go somewhere else so I get a hold of somebody right now. If you need more engagement, if you want to be able to provide better customer service, a VA can help you do that, right? A VA by nature is someone who's going to be always online, at least when the hours they're working, and they're going to be primarily focused on replying to people that they have in your business to work with, right? Whereas we do things. We travel, we get stuck on planes, we're at airports, we're at events, we're giving speeches, we're talking about our book, we're doing things where we can't drop everything and reply to a customer, right? We can't engage with them. This is where a VA can help you. Number 6, this is one of my favorites. Keep your inbox clean. My LinkedIn inbox is always up to date, and I never log into LinkedIn. How do I do that? I have a VA do it for me, right? So she looks at my LinkedIn inbox every day. She sends out greetings to people, wishing them happy anniversary in their job, wishing them happy birthday. She, connecting with people that want to connect. As long as they're a legit account, she'll, connect us. She'll send a nice to be connected message to them. When they send messages to me, she'll reply to some of them, and the ones that I need to know about, she'll tell me, right? So I get a message from my VA a few times a week saying, hey, check out this message on LinkedIn. It's something you need to know about. But that's like 10%, maybe even less, 5% possibly, of all the activity going on LinkedIn that I manage myself. The rest of it's all my VA, and she does a great job. She's posting every day. She's engaging. We're getting business leads through LinkedIn, and I don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. She keeps that inbox clean. You can do the same thing with your business email, even your personal email. If you want to have somebody manage your stuff, to only let you know when you have to deal with something and handle 90+% of everything else. Another great way to use a VA is to run your events, especially online events. If you actually want to set up an online event, you should be doing a meetup, you should be doing an Eventbrite, you should be doing a Facebook event post. You should have these all connected and branded together. You should be able to buy tickets on Eventbrite and have that information captured. You get their email address. You should drive everyone somewhere where you can do this. And once you get their email address, you should send follow-ups. You should send reminders before the event. It can be very time consuming to manage an online event. And given right now, most of our events are online and probably will be, unfortunately, for quite a while in the future, having the ability to generate as much buzz as you can before the event, manage all aspects of the event when it's happening, and do the follow-up, we can't let that slip, right? We need somebody to do that for us to make sure it gets done. That's where a VA comes in handy. Now, the last thing I'll mention today, be your project manager. One of the best things about a VA is having them manage you, having them help you manage your time, keeping you up to date. Now, we all have calendars, we all have schedules, we get things all the time through email and through text and through social media. It can be hard and time consuming to balance it all, to make sure we're organized. When are things due? When do we have to deliver things? We can use apps like Trello or Asana to be able to do that. But again, delegate that, right? I don't manage a lot of my own Trello stuff, right? I go there when I'm tagged to approve something or give input on something. But my team is doing all kinds of projects, delivering things every day. You see every day videos dropping from me on YouTube and dropping on Facebook. You see every day I'm posting on LinkedIn, and it's consistent, right? You see blog posts go out on a regular basis. All that's being managed by one of my VAs. The deliverables part, right? The communication, making sure things are meeting the deadlines. That's what a VA can do. It makes you look so much more organized, and people can really depend on you. They build a sense of expectation that you're going to deliver every time. This is key, right? So that was real quick, 8 different things that you can have a VA do for you that you may not have thought of, right? So whatever it is, if it's one of these 8 things or something else, feel free to reach out to us. You can drop a comment below. You can go to our website, sonicva.com, sonicva.com. You can click on, hire a VA or get a quote. Send us a quick message telling us kind of what you're looking for, and we can set up an appointment, and within a couple days, you'll have a VA working for you. And the VA will be able to do any of the things I mentioned, plus all the things I didn't mention. So, again, thank you for your time. I hope this video helps, and I look forward to having more conversations with you soon. Have a great day.